Welcome to the Zachrilege Cast podcast, YouTube video interview program that features me talking to some of the best and brightest in the atheist / secular / awesome community. This is episode number 173. I recorded this interview on December 26, 2018. Here's why Christy Winters is amazing. There are lots of people who do amazing content, great videos or podcasts or speeches or debates. There are few with the on-the-ground experience of organizing. Christy is always prepared and is a staunch supporter of progressive values. She should be on every podcast every week. This week I'm going for the panel and twice. So this is part one. Amy Kuhel is the co-host and founder of the Ginger Snaps. She has a new co-host in William, and of course you should listen to the show. Jeanne and Deborah are the chat room in person. We had a bit of trouble with Deborah's video since Jeanne and Deborah are in the wilds of Vermont, so it ended up more of a two-way conversation. Die Hard is a Christmas movie, sometimes meeting strangers on the internet works out, and therapy. Thank you for listening.
See this button? Don't touch it! It's the history eraser button, you fool! So what'll happen? Let's just eat. We don't know. Maybe something bad. Maybe something good.
Welcome to the Zachrilege Cast! Amy, Jeanne, and Deborah, welcome to the show. This is part one of the year in review, or we just hang out and drink. I have a New Belgium Oak Spire as my kickoff, and then a Rum and Rummer, which is a rum barrel stout.
Ooh.
Amy, what do you have in the wilds of Minnesota?
My starter, which I'm halfway through, is Lake Monster. What is it called again? Buddy Check Juicy Pale Ale. It's good. And then we'll get to a Firestone Nitro Milk Stout.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. So the Vermont duo, what's happening? Somehow we got the chat room live. What happened?
Sucker.
Because the chat room is the best.
I have a glass of wine of uncertain parentage.
Uncertain?
It's a Vermont wine called Cow
You lost
Tipper.
her.
Oh no.
Deborah went bye-bye.
Don't move. Okay. Deborah's wine is a mug, and it's called Cow Tipper.
Oh,
It's
Yes.
a mug as well.
Well, because yes. Okay.
We can get into the description later, and I might as well live on air do the open thing.
I love that noise. Don't you just love that noise?
I didn't do anything, really. I didn't.
I
so
like the whole concept of when they do the
Use that.
4-pack, they do the 16 ounce. So you get, I feel like you get your money worth. And for this is super powerful. So
What's the ABV?
That's a good question. I am looking, and just 10.5.
Yeah. Okay.
16 ounce,
10.
473 milliliters.
10.5?
Yeah.
Good God. Mine is 5.5.
Well, it's just the warm up, right?
Yeah.
So this is the color. It's the color of the beer and the color of my soul, and it's beautiful.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
Hi, Deborah. How you doing?
Hi. I am doing well. Thank you for asking.
So do we explain the whole mug wine thing, or do we just move on?
Oh no, we're gonna keep on going, and we're walking.
And we're walking.
Keep on trucking. So the whole
Yep.
concept behind tonight's show is let Zach do as little research as possible and still put out a show.
Mhm.
So that's what we're doing tonight. And so question one of the night, is there such a thing as a good IPA? I think we'll let Amy kick this one off.
Yeah, I think there is. The problem with an IPA, especially nowadays in the whole craft beer world, is that they want to be so hop forward and out hop everybody else. And I think if you find a nice, good balanced one, it's nice and floral and crisp and good. I have one in the fridge. It's a fair amount of diggity or somewhat amount of diggity or something like that. And it's a good IPA. I like it, and I don't like IPAs. I usually go for stouts or So yeah, I think the answer is yes.
We were beer simpatico, and then we had to break. Do we alternate? No. Let's see what Deborah has to say. I feel like she has really important discussions about. Does Ruth Bader Ginsburg like IPAs? I bet she does.
I don't know, but I tell you, if I had an IPA in my hand, I would offer it to Ruth Bader Ginsburg along with my kidneys or any other organs she wanted. She can have them all. I'll consider it a life well served if I can keep that woman alive.
I mean, yeah, I drink an IPA for. That's a T-shirt. I'll drink an IPA for Ruth Bader for RGB. There you go. Sold. Done. Jeannie, can you offer the voice of reason on this one?
I generally vote not. I will grant that there are sometimes exceptions, so I will grant that Amy perhaps has found one. I remain skeptical until proof is yes. I want proof. I want repeatable results.
I feel like, heading to Minnesota and doing like a little beer crawl would be the only way to really know.
Hell yeah, come on.
Well, the thing is, Amy's exactly right. I mean, what IPAs for a long time were a nice, tasty beer. And then when the whole IPA craft beer thing exploded, it really was, can we make this the hoppiest thing on the planet? And, if they hadn't done that, it would have been fine.
Well,
in my opinion,
it's all over the map now. So
yeah.
You can go from very low bitterness to all the way. I made a joke because they do like up the triple. I don't think they do a quadruple. They might. And I had a friend like, if I could have a quadruple IPA, I'd drink that.
Yep, they do. I've seen a quad IPA. I will admit that I still would rather buy any stout than a good IPA. Deborah died again.
Man,
okay.
It's gonna be tough.
Actually, like part of it is I live in a brick building, and that part of the building doesn't get very good phone reception.
That might be it.
Inviting her because we believe in Deborah. Because I'm sure she has important things to add.
Okay. Hang on just a second. Mute me.
But as you work on that, let's talk about this holiday movie thing. So what is the movie, Amy, that you must watch every year at Christmas since it is December 26th?
That would be Die Hard, Zach, which is the quintessential Christmas movie. And everybody who thinks different is just simply wrong.
So there are a lot of debates out now where people get almost violently angry about it. But this is one where I'm just like, okay, I'll listen. Because for me, I just think it's a good movie. So it doesn't matter whether it's technically a Christmas movie. But, and there we are. And so, because it's set at Christmas time and they do Christmas music and I think people were wearing the hats, the ho, ho, ho thing.
And I believe it was released at Christmas time.
And that wasn't a time, I think, at that time, because when did that movie come out? It wasn't the 80s?
88, 89?
We seem to be in the era of the 80s movies, because we're talking before the show about Scrooge. So see, that's what the golden era of the Christmas movie.
1988.
And it was a bit of a reach, because Bruce Willis was like the moonlighting, jokey, I think he did Bartles and James commercials back then. And to think him as an action star, and now, of course, you can be an action star into your 70s. And look at Liam Neeson, what he's up to. It's something else. I think he had a little bit of hair then, just a little.
Bruce Willis, that's when he had hair. I'm trying to find the release date, just to, because I would hate to be wrong about the release date. But I think it was at
the facts.
Release. See, I'm not the only one to look this up. Google just auto-filled it. Oh. It was released in July.
Huh. So it was
I'm
summer.
sorry. I am back. Sorry. So what's going on?
Oh, we're discussing the important issue. Since we got IPAs covered, now we're talking about Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Just because Amy admitted to watching it yesterday. So Christmas movie.
Admitted?
In July. I know. It's like it's some kind of dark secret. But
oh, hell no. At least the first one.
I mean, I hope you actually watched like the real rated R version, because I always seem like Scrooge and Die Hard. I'm always watching like the TNT version where they like bleep it out. Yippee-ki-yay,
No, I actually watched it. I own it, so I watched it with uncensored. And my roommate had never actually seen the movie before, so she watched it for the first time. It was kind of nice.
She'd never seen it at all?
No.
Wow. That must have been awesome.
Yeah, she hated it. It was great.
You hated it? Really? What was the critique?
The critique was, it's okay. That's a lot of problems with like 911 operators wouldn't behave like that. Cops wouldn't behave like that, and they wouldn't, admittingly. But it's a movie, and it's just my favorite Christmas movie. So
it's a cheesy action adventure romp.
Yeah. Well,
So
cheesy. I wouldn't call it cheesy. No.
It's a little cheesy. It's not as cheesy as something like Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. Cheesy.
That's cheesy, and what a great movie.
And by the way, I've never seen that.
Okay.
I know.
Yes.
I think there might be some kind of like underground thing. Like, what major movie thing have you not seen that, like everybody's like, oh, what are you kidding me? Like, at a certain point, people just tell you have to see it and it's amazing, and you go, it's probably like people who have never seen Game of Thrones or saw like one episode and hated it. It's like, well, okay, if that's not your thing.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
Well, it's a good show, but yeah, it's like 56 hours now, so yeah, it'd be a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, I actually, so far, I haven't seen all of them because I don't have HBO, but I loved Game of Thrones, the show, but I could not read Game of Thrones, the series. I love George. Yeah, no, I love George R.R. Martin as an author of short stories, but I don't really like his long form fiction. And I read the first book and I got a third of the way through the second book. I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck whether or not any of these characters live or die. Why am I reading this? And I put it down and just never picked up the rest of them.
Don't they all die?
Oh, well, yeah, but I didn't give a fuck.
At the early set, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you watch, like, on HBO, each season is like 10 hours. But I got the audiobook, and the audiobook of book 1's like 35 hours, and book 2's like 36 hours. There's a lot going on in those books. And you're like, is this ever going to, like, you think the show, like, man, they have a lot of characters, and then you get to the book, and you're like, oh, there's a lot more to this world. And he's just never going to finish it. I think that's the idea. That it's such a big, he's writing other books, but he just can't finish these. I hear we're getting talked. So any luck with Deborah, or we just have to?
Yeah, she's right here. She's in the chat.
We might have to, do the.
It's a three-way now.
Oh, it's a four-way. There's.
Hello, cis male star of the show. Just kidding.
He's talking to you.
Never the case.
Getting all the lag.
Now, how many years is this a tradition that you've been doing for a long time, or just the last couple of years?
Oh, and Die Hard?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's been a long time. A long time. Not since it came out in 1988, but I would say like maybe 10 or 15 years.
It's pretty impressive. I don't think I have a movie. I try to watch like Scrooge, but we didn't even get to it this year. And then it's like, oh, Christmas is over. Okay, we move on. Time for the next holiday. All good.
Yeah, it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls from the Nakatomi building.
That's your defining moment of Christmas.
Once that happens, I'm like, it's Christmas. There could be no snow. There could be nuclear war outside. It doesn't matter. Or there could be Santa with his reindeer at the window going, yay, hey. And it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls from the Nakatomi building.
Aww.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast where they talked about it. There's this thing called the Rewatchables, and they kind of cover it. And they said when they filmed the movie, they actually made Alan Rickman fall before he was ready, and that's why he looks so surprised when he's about to fall to his death, because he didn't actually expect to be let go when he did. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. They did that kind of stuff. And then they got a British actor to play a German guy, and he did an American accent, of course, because British people can do American accents. Vice versa is a little questionable.
It's very questionable.
It's very questionable.
Yeah.
Is it okay in Vermont? It's all right? Is Deborah going to just feed you questions?
No, I keep telling her to stop talking to me, actually. No, we're working out connection issues.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what you could do? Live in a city.
Ooh.
Oh, no. Actually, what I could do is stay in the same city that I'm in and be able to afford Wi-Fi.
Oh.
That would help. Yeah.
Well, here it's only $20 a month, according to that article I went this week. There's something people were talking about. It was like someone who's 25
In
years
Burlington?
old, and they made $100,000 a year, and this is how much they spent on everything. But they spent like $20 a month on internet. I'm like, okay, yeah, it was totally like out of touch.
For what? Dial up?
Kind of mainstream,
Right.
mainstream media version of like, I don't know why people who are journalists and don't make any money like can't figure out what people make and what things cost. You think that'd be an easy one?
Yeah. No.
Okay, so are there any traditions for you, Jeannie? Like, are there certain foods you have to have, movies?
Actually, this time of year, it's not a requirement, but actually, and as non-PC as this is, Holiday Inn is probably one of my favorite holiday movies for this time of year. Just because it is, it's the Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and Bing Crosby, and I think it was the last movie that actually used blackface before it got banned. So I can see why people would not want to watch that, but it's also a classic. That's not my only go-to movie, but it is one that is one of my favorites. But I do traditional holiday nachos, which generally is a matter of cleaning out my fridge. So like that chicken that you cooked up 3 nights ago, that half bag of Doritos, those Fritos corn chips, like that cheese that's getting like a little manky, that tomato that's getting like a little
lamb or without?
No, lamb is a different night.
Okay.
Dummy.
Just checking.
I mean, what? On the other hand, like lamb nachos actually sounds pretty good. I would eat that.
Okay, yeah, you could throw some sexy. I can't talk.
Have some more beer, Zach.
Words are hard.
I know. I'm professional. I've done this 100 times. I guess I need to keep working at it. I might be good someday.
So, what was that again? I'm sorry.
Well, my holiday experiences, I'm either at my parents' house or my in-laws, and it's all about, because we're in the South, it's all about like 17 side dishes. And actually, my mother-in-law had to apologize because we had Christmas dinner and then we came home because we had to see our cats. So we only had 5 side dishes with turkey. That was it. I don't even know if it was 5. I mean, I know there were rolls involved, and I think we had some green beans. Not a lot of vegetables in these sides, by the way. They're all mostly starch, but they're good. So, and filling. And then you have to have dessert immediately after it, and you have 6 choices of that. So yeah.
Actually, I kind of prefer that kind of meal where you actually eat food that you want to eat, not the ones that you're required to eat.
I guess the more sides you get, the more you can go, I can pick and choose, which is, perfectly fine.
Wait, y'all get food on Christmas Day?
I know.
Aww. See, this is why I developed traditional holiday nachos, because I was fucking poor.
I'm only allowed to eat on Tuesdays, but since Christmas fell on a Tuesday, nobody came and fed me, so...
You're only allowed to? Aww.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you should, at least for next week, change up your schedule. You should get fed on Thursdays, or Mondays would be better, because it's been a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get my birdseed.
Yeah. My timing holiday anguish was that my recycling day is Tuesdays. So I don't get picked up yesterday. I don't get picked up next week. So the bins are already overpacked because it's Christmas, so everybody's got the wrapping paper in their boxes and stuff like that in there. Like, yeah. By the second week of January, it's going to be ugly.
That's true, yeah. It's always like the trees and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We have weird rules here, but somehow they did pick up stuff on Monday. They went against the rules.
Well,
Oh my God. Dead air.
Dead air.
But your pickup day is on Monday, so not Christmas Day, not New Year's Day. Yeah.
Usually I just take those weeks off and just, come on, close enough. just hoard it with the rest of your junk. Just stick it in the front yard. You're going to be just fine.
At least in my neighborhood, if we put out redeemables, they get picked up any day of the week.
Oh, that's cool.
No, by people that pick them up and take them to the redemption center.
Well, that did happen to me. Like, I had a grill that just rusted out because it's humid as hell in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, they're not going to take this in the trash. And I put it in the front yard and it was gone in 5 minutes. Like, somebody just picked it up. Not the trash people, just somebody who was picking up scrap. Like, they just drive around, I suppose, but that's the way it goes.
Neat.
But I thought, when we look at our year, 2018, and go, oh my gosh, dumpster fire type situation, I figured we could maybe consider like a positive thing. So, Amy, I was wondering, like, for 2018 for you, what was like something that happened that may have been like an unexpected, like, positive, result?
Unexpected positive result.
Besides liking IPAs.
No, I don't like IPAs, Zach. I like one IPA. I found one that was good. I mean,
on 2 dates, okay?
See?
That's okay. Now you're on the good side again.
The only thing that comes to mind about that I have two things that were like positives, net positives for the year. It's like starting therapy and getting treatment for PTSD and depression. That has had a huge impact on my life day to day, especially now that I've been through it for a year. So that was a really good positive. And the second was the first time in my life at 40, I moved in with a stranger who turned out to be a really cool individual. And I love my roommate. So both of those things were kind of unexpected positives.
That sounds pretty awesome. So
That's lovely.
Was it stressful, like, initially to try therapy?
It was terrifying because you have to be vulnerable. And I was already in a hugely vulnerable space, and I was depressed and near suicidal, and didn't believe that anybody could help, especially with the PTSD. Didn't believe that there was anything anybody could do to make the nightmares go away, to make the hypervigilance go away. And after a year, of course, it's starting to go away, and it's freaking me out that it's not there anymore.
Oh, interesting. So you're trying to reacclimate to life, like what that looks like without...
Not reacclimate. Acclimate.
Oh, just...
I've never experienced this kind of...
acclimation?
Yeah, I've never experienced this before in my life because the abuse started when I was a child.
Gotcha.
So I've never kind of experienced life without the anxiety, the stress, the hypervigilance, the
everything. Well,
the nightmares, everything.
Well, and you got a brand new housemate that was a stranger. Like to me, that is something that is completely scary. I hate doing it, and the fact that you did it while you were going through the rest of your acclimation process and getting your body and brain chemicals under control is like that's so fortunate.
Yeah, I ended up with a really good roommate, and that was really, really nice.
They're in the room, right, with you?
How did you meet?
No, they're at work.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
What was that, Zach?
Did you meet your roommate?
The internet. They have on Facebook. They have a group for just queer people, and it's the Queer Exchange. And I just put up an ad, or I answered an ad that said looking for roommate, and it was in my price range. So I'm like, hello, Hi, I need a home. Hi, how are you? And I had to go through an interview process, and I won out among 4 people, so that was good. I was the least freaky people out of 4 strangers.
The least freaky. That could be a T-shirt too.
Which means the other 3 people, whew, what the fuck was wrong with
I know,
them?
right?
Yeah, I had.
Sometimes freaky is good, but
I met like the second or third. I had one roommate who just smelled really bad, and the only reason we became roommates is because like we both knew somebody from like Nashville, where I was like in middle school, and it was really strange. And then I met like a totally random roommate, and we were roommates for a few years, and it really worked out. And we only had like one conversation on the phone, and she moved from New York State to Atlanta, and
wow.
somehow it worked out pretty well.
Wow.
Back in the day, you know, early 2000s.
Wow, it was a Tuesday back in the day.
Tuesdays are the good days. It's good to know what day is a good day.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jeannie, do you have any unexpected other than lamb nachos? Which is like this. If I titled my show after the fact, this would be called Lamb Nachos.
no, this should be called Chat Room Brings It Home. Actually, one of the best things that happened to me this year was I was road tripping a lot for work, and one of the trips was with my boss, and on the way back from, it was probably 4 hours on the road, we ended up talking about, I think he brought it up in a sideways way, but he kind of brought up what's your life philosophy? And I pretty much laid it out and was like, yeah, not straight, not monogamous, not Christian. And we had a really good philosophical discussion all the way back. But I was kind of not afraid of him, but the place that I'm in is very, many of the people that are in high management are very conservative and have known each other for a while, at least like religiously conservative. And probably also morally conservative. A lot of them smoke pot, but not officially, just with friends, but they're all friends. But it was really nice to be able to actually sit down and have a really good philosophical discussion with a person who hired me and to whom I report. Like that was, I actually consider him a friend at this point.
I mean, you're in Vermont. I assume every room is just full of pot smoke. I mean, why would that not be?
I'm looking at you, Deborah.
We're looking at Jeannie. I mean,
no wonder
there's
somebody had to go to the grocery
cigarettes.
store earlier today. Somebody had the munchies. Just put anything you can in the oven for 5 minutes, and we'll eat it. We'll be fine, probably.
ate a whole medium pizza. What? No, I just ate it in 2 bites. I'm not high.
Oh, actually, what's your favorite pizza flavor?
For who?
Yes. Yeah, what's your favorite pizza?
Yes.
Me, it's pepperoni and jalapeno.
Oh, God.
Interesting.
Yep. Damn good pizza there.
I actually made pizza tonight, and I did. I always have to do like an onion and like garlic kind of mixture and put it on there with the red sauce and meatballs I mashed up, and then some pepperoni. So that's what I did tonight. It went really well. I got really nice crispy crust. I always joke to Jeannie every time I do a show, I'm having naan, but not tonight.
Right.
I'm going
No,
straight.
I think, Zach, for you, your answer is whatever the one is that I just made. That's your favorite pizza.
Exactly. I've done like the cream cheese base, but usually it's red sauce for me. And yeah.
Wait, cream cheese-based pizza?
No, that sounds good. Cream cheese-based pizza? That sounds
cream
good.
Cheese, you put more cheese on it, and then you put other toppings on it, and it's good. And you, of course, I had to roast some red pepper. That's an important aspect of it. When you live the big green egg lifestyle, which of course is me being all for like my beer, it's a lovely thing. It's basically a high-end like charcoal grill. It's just charcoal, but it's green, so that probably adds something to it.
The big green egg lifestyle, that just Okay.
I know. I live the lifestyle. I know that people might not respect my lifestyle, but it's the lifestyle I live.
So the real question is are you the first one? Did you do it before everybody else? That's
Oh no, I was a follower, big time.
okay. So you haven't gone full on hipster. You've just gone partial.
Full on hipster. I'm growing facial hair for some reason, so we'll see how that ends up. It always ends in tears. I think it's what they say.
Are you actually doing that on purpose, or is that just because it's the end of the year and
Well, I went
fuck
to
it?
visit the in-laws, and I don't have to actually go into an office till like next week. So I figured, why not? It used to be like every year if I went to the beach on vacation, I'll be like, I'll just not shave this week and then see how it looks. And a friend of mine, Sharonis, who my co-host on the other show, was like, "You look like a child molester," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm shaving now." So yeah,
No, if you grow porn stash, I will let you know, Zach.
that would take. I don't even know if I will live that long. So yeah, unlikely.
Wow.
For porn stash, so you can do the this, but you can't do the this.
To this.
Yeah,
Like
that's really good podcast.
But it's not, when you
can do
get a
this,
little
but
bit of facial hair, you
this.
just do the, let me think about that.
Like,
that's
I could do
that's all it's
this.
good for, honestly, yeah.
I just thought the bigger
I'm
kids
off
were
camera.
picking on you again.
Yeah. Probably true.
No,
But what about,
this time of year,
let's let Jeannie go.
fuck it,
She
who
probably has better
cares?
questions than me.
What?
So you probably have better questions than me at this point.
No, only in the chat room.
Only in the chat room? Okay. Well, I'm just wondering, because next week is New Year's. Do you actually, stay up for New Year's? Do you do anything special? Is there, a New Year's movie? I don't even know if there's a genre of New Year's movies. I don't think so.
Magic
If
Mike.
they are, they're pretty bad. Oh, well.
I don't think there's not a plethora of them.
Plethora.
Of New Year's movies. There's a lot of
Holiday
Halloween.
movies.
There's a lot of Christmas. There's really not much for Thanksgiving. Easter is all religious shit. 4th of July movies, 1776, but not really, that much.
Independence
Labor.
Day.
Okay, so
Born on
I
the
wanna-
4th of July?
No, I want to see Labor Day movies that have that be a genre.
I prefer Earth Day movies. Or
I see she's still there, sort of.
or
No,
Arbor Day movies are actually quite the best.
Okay, so
Columbus Day? Oh, wait. That's not good.
Oh,
oh no,
Too soon.
Wow.
There is a Ruth Bader Ginsburg movie coming out. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but it is happening.
don't die.
I know, don't die.
Don't
RPG.
die. Don't die.
I mean, is someone going to do a Kavanaugh movie, or is that too soon?
I had
I don't know what holiday that would be for. It hasn't happened yet.
Kavanaugh movie. It's already been made. It was called Silence of the Lambs. He was the bad guy.
Yeah. Because I was watching the movie, The Post, which was set around the Nixon time and investigating him, and just a movie about this time would just be someone for an hour and a half going, "What the fuck, people? What were you thinking?"
That's all I could.
You
that's
made
all
this
I could-
even a possibility.
That's all I could think about for 2018 is you can't keep up with the bullshit. And is the Onion still in business?
Wow,
It is, but
that's
it's
a really
gotta
good
be
point.
tough
But
for them now. Yeah.
That's all because I read a headline. I can't remember what I read the other day, but I read a headline and I'm like, that's got to be the fucking Onion. And I'm like, no, it's the New York Times. Holy shit, where am I? I have a friend in Canada. She won't marry me. I'm very disappointed.
Aw. Do you need us to go up there and put a beat down on her and make her love you?
No, no, it's not about love. It's just I'm trying to escape.
Okay, so do we need to make her succumb to our desperation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll bring Batman and duct tape. They glow in the dark.
Anytime I talk to somebody who lives not in America, it's like, get a room in your couch?
Yeah, no kidding, right? I always say, are you married? If not, want to marry me? And they always say no.
I mean, there's no wall, so they should probably start building one now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Keep those out.
Thanks for being
This will be really interesting to see how this shutdown turns out.
Well, it's going to get restarted by impeachment, I hope. I hope the Dems come through with that.
Impeach the motherfucker already.
Hope so.
I wonder, though.
ITMFA.
You keep thinking, like, oh, this is the thing. This is the thing. Like,
Actually,
everything that happens every single day is like, oh, Obama would be totally done if his foundation was busted the way Trump's was. And we expect him to act this way, so it almost is in his benefit to be a criminal because we expect him to be that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what goes against what we think he is. So, I mean, him telling a 7-year-old that Santa isn't real, it's like, that's just Tuesday, but that would have been 6 months on Fox News for any other candidate.
Any other president, I mean, even George W.
We set the bar real low.
Can you even remember what the last scandal was from our president?
What, from current or Obama? Like wearing a tan
No.
suit or his wife saying, hey, eat vegetables? That was a controversy.
The current one, the current Cheeto in chief.
Him saying he was alone in the office and what was it? The kid he like told Santa didn't exist. I'm like, I bet your evangelical base will think about that.
I thought it had to do more with just like the frantic ongoing tweets that just don't like it's relentless.
Yeah.
So like there is no like current scandal. It's just an ongoing thing. That
I mean, it's been probably 4 since the show started that we haven't seen.
That's my point. You can't keep up. It goes actually, from...
It's a smart version. There's a thing in like debating they call, I think it's Gish Gallop, where they just throw so much out there that you can't respond to each thing. And this is like the like Michael Bay, the Armageddon movie, where it's like every half second the camera shifts and you're like getting like
dizzy
seasick watching the movie. It's reality, and it's scary for even a privileged person such as myself. I'm so privileged to have my beer and all. I have to worry about I can pass as whatever.
It's white.
I had to rob a
barely with this facial hair.
Well, yeah, I had to rob a grandma with I had to take her Social Security check to buy beer tonight. So
she probably deserved it.
Or she gave it to you just like, yeah, honey, you need this more than I do.
She didn't need it. She was like 90 years old. You're going to fucking die. So.
Uh-huh. I know.
No, that's my unplugged money that you got going on right there.
Win in Minnesota, right?
Yeah, I took the check. Can you sign this? And then I unplugged the machine and walked off. Like a boss. Like a boss.
Like, you turn around. I did the really white person of the movie scene where you walk away and the explosion goes up behind you. My version was I'm bowling for the spare and I know I'm going to get it, and I turn around and walk away slowly. Ooh. That's the white person version of that.
I do that.
It's just like, and they're like, wow, how did you do it? Like, I could see it going straight toward the pin. And they're like, what? How did you know?
Except for I don't do the explosion walk. I do the sexy, sultry walk as the spare is going on behind me.
I feel like we might need to see this on camera, but it's up to you.
Pixar didn't happen.
Yeah. I know. We always want this proof stuff. It's really ridiculous.
Damn skeptics.
Oh, no, just repeatable results.
Damn skeptics.
Is Deborah okay in the corner? Because I feel like without her research, she's probably researching like for 4 other podcasts as we speak.
Oh, no, she's still recovering from this afternoon of having nothing to do except have Irish coffee in the morning for breakfast.
No wonder the nap happened. I could see, yeah.
My nap happened because I went to work early this morning. I mean...
Yeah.
Not because I got drunk at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning.
8:30.
Okay, whatever.
She's like half trying not to be mad at me. This is really fun. She's like, you're not supposed to tell, but it's true.
This is what happens.
It's like you left for work. I like your cat came and like he face planted next to me and got all snuggly, and like there was booze right there, so I had some, and then I ate the rest of the sausage and the cheese that was in your fridge. And
nobody blames you, Deborah. It's what we would have all done. It's what we would have all done.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did a half-day work and then came home and helped her drink some more and then put her down for a nap.
So you put her down. Did you tuck her in and everything?
No, it was a double tap.
It didn't take much.
Double tap.
Yeah, but
Or
I fed
the
her
cat.
nachos. I fed her holiday nachos. So
was there a special ingredient this year that you had in the fridge, or just usual?
I'm dirty.
Do it.
yeah, well, of course. That's why I love you.
Oh, Jeannie, you know what I did? You know what I forgot to do?
Clam bake nachos.
This is a weird conversation. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I was like, clam baked nachos.
I was like, wow, that actually sounds really delicious.
I hope
Zach,
it's
what
easy.
did you forget to do, Zach? Because
It's a joke.
oh god damn.
I mean, I can't believe it. Things are because
Okay.
Jeannie's always like, tell a guest I have to tell a joke, and I just remembered now.
Okay, I've got one for you.
Well, okay then.
That's my joke right there.
Oh no! She better retort. No, let her. Does Deborah
Well,
have one? How many lawyers does it take to do a light bulb or something?
She just took her earbuds out. She's not listening anymore.
She's out. She's done.
Yeah.
She's just dropping the mic. I'm out.
Yeah. Peace
Enough
out,
of that.
bitches. Fuck the chat room.
Mm-hmm. The chat room didn't come through. Amy, do you happen to have a joke? I know I didn't ask in advance.
You should have, because I would have.
You would have Googled one.
Yeah, something.
Well, last guest
the o-
used
the only
Siri.
thing- The only thing I can think of is a really bad joke. Bad as in it's not funny.
I'm good with that.
So you have a I don't know, a Catholic, a Jewish person, and an atheist. The Catholic and the Jewish person walk into a bar. The atheist ducks, but then turns around and tells the other two how stupid they are.
Actually,
And they live happily ever after.
Yeah.
in this climate, like that's not funny because it's kind of true sometimes.
Kind of. Totally
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. Little
So
bit of hate
Amy,
going on.
Tell us all about the ginger snaps. What are they up to these days?
So since the last time I was on, I've got a new co-host, William, who is great. They are awesome. Format change once a week, mostly doing queer news and science and skepticism. Jeannie's laughing. Scary.
No laughing.
So the show has changed quite a bit since the last time I talked to you. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's still quality. But technically I'm the only ginger snap left because William is not a ginger.
No, but he could be if he wanted to be.
You let a non-ginger on the show. That's just
I didn't have a choice. He's the only one that answered the fucking ad. No, I'm kidding.
you win out of the many people who
Apply.
signed up.
You win.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a winner.
William is an incredibly sweet person.
No, William is great, and I like William a lot. And no, William was chosen to be on the show on purpose because of how well they did when I talked to them off microphone. So yeah, and I don't know. You can find us everywhere. Just go to a podcaster thing or a podcatcher thing, and you can find us.
I guess like my rule of thumb is if you found this podcast, hopefully you didn't find it on YouTube. But if you found this because you were listening, then you know how to find the ginger snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just gotta type in the ginger snaps.
Is the important?
The THE is important actually because there's another ginger snaps out there, but they're not the ginger snaps.
Nothing,
you are the
They're
ginger
definitely
snaps.
not.
Yeah. So the is important. The ginger snaps, bringing you quality media discussion on queer political topics, skepticism, and science. We never swear, I promise.
I need a tagline. It's been too long, and there's no such thing. Yeah. So does Deborah have anything? Does she want to give anybody a plug? And I mean a show Anyway,
Hang on.
it's getting dirty, but it's okay.
I'm gonna put this earbud
Oh,
towards
boy.
her, and there can be mic
Don't
involved.
share earbuds.
Hi.
No, is there something you actually have to contribute?
Me? No, hell no. I'm useless at this point.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Mission accomplished.
Well, Jeannie, anything to add before we do the 10 seconds of dead air you require, or else you stop Patreoning?
Just happy Wednesday currently, happy Thursday tomorrow, happy Friday the day after that, happy Tuesday yesterday. Especially for everybody who works in retail, because it's another fucking day, and it's probably one you don't get off. So if you got it off and you got paid for it, even better. If you didn't get paid for it, at least you got a day off. But yeah, here's a shout out to all the people that don't have to work bankers' hours.
That's
Damn right. Food service workers too.
Yep. Gas station attendants. Yep. All the people that feed everybody else when they're out having a good day off and being assholes about it. Merry fucking retail.
That's right. Well, thank you, Amy. You're obviously the number one Amy of all time, and Jeannie. Don't know if there's other Jeannies, and Deborah.
I'm the only
We'll
Jeannie
get you on.
Anyway.
We'll get you back. Next panel, perhaps. But thank you, everybody, for coming on tonight and having a good time just kind of chatting. So,
Thank you.
good
Happy long
night.
weekends. Good night.
Exactly.
So, you whizzed on the electric fence, didn't you?
The electric fence.
Live read. I've been with family over the weekend, so podcasting time has been minimal. I did check out Cognitive Dissonance because they brought on the founder of Modest Needs. Their Vulgarity for Charity fundraiser this year raised more than $120,000. What is Modest Needs? They give money to people who, for example, have a car breakdown and need this car for work and are living paycheck to paycheck, much like a lot of the government employees Trump shat on this week. Keith Taylor is the CEO of Modest Needs, so he was the guy that was interviewed, and that starts at around the 34-minute mark of the link I'll include in the show notes. There's also a good discussion on whether it's possible to love movies from the 80s like Breakfast Club and Revenge of the Nerds with problematic parts that we totally ignored at the time because it was the 80s. If you want to support this show, be like Bobby, Hugh, Teote, Larry, Daryl, and the other Daryl, plus Freethinker215, and support this show on Patreon. Patreon.com/Zachrilege. And I haven't been kicked off Patreon because I'm not a bigot. Follow me on Twitter, like my Zachrilege Cast page on Facebook, and send all mail to zachrilege.cast@gmail.com. Thank you to Amy, Jeannie, and Deborah for being on the first panel this week. There will be one more to close out the 2018 set of episodes. And I would like to, this is a kind of a podcast tradition I've been ignoring, to finish my show by thanking the 5-star review people on iTunes. So here are the names I have who've given my show a 5-star review, and you know on iTunes it's a bit of a pain to do that. Segalv, Podmover, The Ant, Amy the Heathen, Reason Broker, hey there Michael, RTF Podcast, Zachrilege, yes I reviewed myself and it was amazing. Corin, Missia, Sharon, Psy Lost, Beep 3 Rocks, Atheist Roundtable, Munkaroo, RFS 999. Thank you for taking the time to give my show a review, and if you want to review the show, that would be lovely. More people will find it, and then the world will just be amazing. Thank you, and talk to you next time.